Use the deleted function shader builder shader info. Okay, that was deleted because I added an atomic. And then if I want to copy that, I need to know. I need to know what this is called from. Why is it here anyway? It seems to ignore these two. Isn't that weird? It literally does not say from where it needs the shader info cache. Tuh. So I manually deleted it. And now it should say when it needs it. I don't see the difference. Hello, Mikkel. Let's see, I have required from, let's highlight that again. Required from here. That is IMU. And again, I'm never super interested in knowing excuse me. Yeah, I guess it creates a temporary shader info here and then moves it into the vector. Oh yeah, the moving stuff, I mean putting stuff in a vector needs moving. There's no way around that, I think. Because it has to be moved. If you put something in a vector and it has to grow, then it might need to allocate new memory somewhere else because the amount of memory that it needs is larger. And then the whole contents of the vector are moved. So a vector kind of really demands that a move exists. And for this particular case, I really don't care. Well, I guess I can just comment everything out. Just don't compile it, otherwise I don't see the other compilers. or I should, or could, I mean, turn off that my compile errors stop after 2 compile errors. Stop printing stuff anyway. No, that doesn't seem to have to do with IMQ. Looks very much the same. Now this is the uniform buffers test. And still want to know if there is another place where maybe it's being moved, or when it is only happening at the moment I initialize some kind of vector. So comment all of these things out. Let me find if there is an others. They could be in the other 2 tests that I have. Very much the same stuff here. So just put F0 on this as well. Of course it won't run anymore, but okay, we're just looking for compile errors now. Yeah, hello everyone. I don't think I'll look at the chat very much today, because it just, let's say it's not interesting for the people who are not chatting. I should concentrate on coding. Did I miss one? I have 238 now. Uniform buffers already did. Texas and the last one, I suppose. That code is very similar. A bit too similar. And still, yes, we get compile errors required from here. I think I'm going to comment out everything until it compiles, and then I know where exactly the problem all happens. No, that was the last one. That's great. Okay, so the initial creation of the vectors is totally not important. And that means that the only thing I have to look at is this. Try to understand what's happening here, or rather when it is happening. Application register shaders. Yeah, the when is most important. I need to find where this is called from. It says so in the there was application, right? Yep. Let's have a look at this comment. That function is called by user functions. For example, window register shaders. Still doesn't tell me when it is called. Literally only from user code. And I have the feeling that it is from the commented out stuff. Yeah, it is. So first I'm constructing a local vector. And now we're moving that vector into the application. And then the when means when is this being called. Super early. Super early. Okay, so we knowing that, we can do the following. Yeah, of course I don't know anymore what that was. This one, register templates, right? Yeah, I think so. 294. No, that's not it. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it like that. Yeah, more importantly, moving the shader info. I just need the same comment. Yes, well, only the... Actually, you can also ignore M stage. Pretty much, I think. That's a good question. No, we cannot. The stage... the flags are set here, so we cannot ignore that. When or where is M name then? You can pass a name. No, I guess that's needed as well. The template code is also passed, right? Compile options, yeah. I think only compiled can be ignored. Then. So I'm going to construct this thing like stage. I can just be copied. And name, well, let's move that because it's a string. And the template code, same thing. Standard J move. Shader info dot template code. Another one. Let's put them all on their own line because it's never going to fit. compile options. That sounds like a large object. Let's move it. Let's again. I'm listening to this and it says no vocal. I'm starting it. No, what? That's not what I wanted. But it got vocal in it anyway. How do I start this over? Just click there, I guess. So now I started it over. People want to listen to the same music as I. Bleep. There's the link. Can we finally listen to the same music? If you want to. Instead of forced, as it were. Now, enough with the music. Where are we? Compile options, move, info dot compile options, and then in compile, well, it should be 0. So we don't do anything. Then we'll just get this thing again, false, and I'll add an assert that the thing that we were moving is not compiled. And I don't think it's not a thing that the user can do wrong, I think. So I'll add the paranoia check. Yeah, that didn't help, adding a move constructor. No matching function recall to construct add. I so hate this, that put the cons in front of the type. Ridiculous. This looks like copy constructor. I guess we also use copy constructors then. Yeah, of course. Well, not of course, but I didn't have this, and therefore, yeah, it was. Well, I did have this. I meant the other one. Okay, that's still confusing. This one. I did not have the move constructor that I just added, right? This one. And therefore the compiler generates both the move constructor and the copy constructor. But if you add one of them, then it doesn't generate it anymore. So by adding a move constructor manually, we lost the copy constructor. Which apparently is also being used, and I doubt that it's being used from any other place than the stuff that we found before this. So same. Except of course that now it is not an R value, so we just have to copy everything. Not allowed to move it away. So that would be just copy, but is compiled should still be 0. And all of that was really a test. Because now I'm skipping the call to preprocess 1 if a shader is already compiled. And since we're not going to compile it again, you would say, well, then we don't need preprocessing. But I'm not sure, so I really want to see what happens if I do this. On one hand, I hope it just works. No, it doesn't. Hey, that's interesting. It's not what I expected. What's up, A4? Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at top chat, and then even then. Oh, live chat is exactly the same. No. Oh wait, A4 is here. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we still have at least an hour to go now. A4. No, rest assured. At least one more hour. I had you there. Yeah, but yeah, not yet. So concentrate. Chat info 119. That's assert. Okay. This assert fails. Paranoia check. We should compile a shader once. Aha. So set compiled is being called twice on this object. And set compiled should only be called after we compiled it. Still coughing. What shall I say about it? Is it compiled? Yeah, it's being called from frame 8. Which is done after we compiled it. And now you're telling me that happened before. Impossible. Okay. Build shader is printing debug output, so we should see that. There it is. We just compiled. No, not really printing anything except maybe this one. Second argument. Let's have a look at build shaders then. I mean build shader. Okay, that's the shader index. Shader index should be unique per unique shader code. So yeah, definitely only should be called once for each shader index. So now the question is then, how often did I already call this? All I have is my scroll back. So this is the first call then, and the first call that I see from the bottom with hashtag 1, shader index 1. And before that, I guess this one, right? That was the first call. So I'm going to go up further. A 0 and then 1, and here we have this with an S. And that looks like before running it. So I seem to have two at shader stage. Probably one for the vertex shader and one for the fragment shader. But they get their own index anyway. And then whatever 1 is, can I see what 1 is? That will be the red thread here. No, not really. Yeah, of course I should be able to see that. So, the red thread. Thread in the red dress. No, the color is different here. It was thread 4. Yeah, just entering a new state here. So no, then I don't know. Actually, it's printing it here. I should have scrolled down. Frag0 squares.rec0.glsl is the shader that belongs to shader index 1. And the vertex shader is the one that belongs to shader index 0. Maybe frag1 is just exactly the same code. So we can go down. Thread pool 4 is calling again number 1. You do not get to see what that is. Yeah, it is a fragment shader, and the name is frag0. Looks like I'm compiling it twice. Frag0 is how on earth is that possible? I'm going to print his name, so at least I know what I'm compiling, because debug info seemed to be missing. That function, that's here. And then name of the shader info base class. Let's put it off the name after the shader index. I guess it has an accessor name. Wait, I already have the cache. This is nonsense. Wait. I might as well just use shader info cache. We have shader info cache here. It's derived from shader info, which, and I need mname. And yep, it's called name. It's scary, really. It's scary. It's scary that I do that. What shall we do here? Find what I just printed, right? And that was called build shader. So yep, now it prints it. That's the name. Once I'll do a grep from that in the output file. And then we see that we have, seriously, I really do not want to have an S here. Anything but an S. Totally compiling that twice. Why? Same object. No. It's even much later that it's doing it, right? So mutex acquired, and then it should just print mutex released at some point. That is after compiling it. Mutex released, and then the next compile should happen below this one. Totally at the bottom. Of course, because then it crashes. So here it acquires mutex again. That is the same mutex. Oh, wait. Totally the same mutex. So the mutex works, but it acquires a mutex and then it releases the mutex, and then much later it requires a mutex again, and then it doesn't see that it already is compiled. How is that possible? I think we should enter compile, but we should not enter build shader. At least that's what I thought. That's how it should work, I think. Oh, regardless, start. So wait, that is start. Start build shaders. Compiler initialize. Shaders that need compiling index is set to 0. Characteristic build shaders. So I'm getting confused because I'm suppressing the set state. Maybe I shouldn't. Sometimes set state is pretty important because we're falling through. So I don't see that we enter this state net now. Maybe I should add debug output everywhere where I use fall through to print that we're entering a new state. I might as well include that in the string then. Okay, so we enter build shaders. Starting with shaders that need compiling index equal to 0, and we seem to run over that in a loop here for all of them. And then we are done. And then we just check the task mutex log. Get the shader index that belongs to this thing, and shader info cache. Check the log again, make sure that we have it. Adopt the log. Now we are logged, and we just build the shader regardless. What? Okay, I think I must have been confused about the. Yeah, I was confused about the level where this happens. So build shader. Build shader does a test here. If not the M shader module, then we actually compile it. This compiler is being skipped, not the call to build shader. But then where do we assert? I'm going to assert here because I'm setting it again. So maybe I'm just setting it in the wrong place then. The shader info cache is being passed to build shader. As a reference. Yep, I'm just doing this in the wrong place. Actual compile happens here. So here it compiles it. Here then we assign the shader module handle to the locked cache, and I set that bit. Now, and then we can go back and see that the whole compiled bit is unnecessary. You might as well just look at the handle. Except that this thing is atomic, and that thing isn't. Why do I need an atomic bit then? Okay, I think it's the reason that it is atomic is because I'm reading it. Here I'm writing it inside the critical area of that task mutex that you logged, but I'm reading it now to decide if I want to preprocess, which is outside that mutex. In other words, it might be that we are reading this bit while writing it, despite that we are inside this critical area. That's why it must be an atomic, otherwise that's undefined behavior, reading and writing at the same time, but it is not an atomic. And yeah, that's also why I use memory order release and acquire. So I set the compile bit with release after we set the shader module. That means that if then I read this atomic with acquire and we see true, then we will also read the correct value in M shader module afterwards. That doesn't stop us from just not seeing it, of course. So it is possible that we compiled it already. We assigned even M shader module, everything is possible. And that we already set this bit and everything, but we don't see it. Yeah, in that case, we'll just preprocess anyway. So then we would preprocess twice, which would lead to that assert. And then you can say, well, that theoretically is possible. That assert shouldn't be there. Well, that's dubious because that kind of raise is never going to happen. It's just theoretical. Nevertheless, even though then we preprocess it twice, we would never compile it twice because we need and then to lock my task mutex. And but we only can get that task mutex when it is guaranteed that this assignment is visible. So that still works. So this whole function is inside the critical area. So we would still, by the time we get here, we will see that it is being set. So I'm going to add a comment here, I think. Set an atomic boolean for the sake of optimizing pre-processing way. And then later I'll never understand anymore what this means, so I should probably add something more. Probably add a summary of what I just said. Okay, I can't use. Share info cache. Now, that's an off comment for a single call, for setting a single bit. Right, so I think that should fix it. At least that last crash that we had, last assert. Oh, or not. Okay, so all this was a test to find out what would go wrong if I skip the preprocess, and here it is. We are not filling this vector anymore, and that is necessary apparently. It would be nice to know what t is here. With t is that vertex input attribute description. Yeah, that definitely sucks. I wonder how many other things there are except this one. But let me have a look at that type to begin with. And assume that it is this vector here. So likely the other one will be asserting as well in the same place. And these two are filled apparently by preprocessing. Let's have a check if we can figure out if that is true. Update vertex input descriptions. It's clearing it, and I am guessing that after that it's also filling it. Yep, there's some pushback. And then the same thing for the other one. Pushback here, clear here. Those are the only two vectors here, so yeah. Both anyway. And that happens when we call this. So the question now is, where is that being called from? And that is being called from, ignoring IMG, just from here, I guess. Right. But I'm still calling this. Oh, I'm still calling this. I think what I just changed is... What did I just change? We skipped something, but where? Just the call to preprocess 1. So I think that happens here. Preprocess shaders, realize blah blah. Yeah, here. So now I'm skipping the call to preprocess 1 because some shader is already compiled. Here. And then... Yeah, this is also not for nothing here. We need this obviously, and I'm afraid that it needs also preprocess to have been called. Getting slowly the feeling that I cannot skip preprocess, or at least maybe just shouldn't. Either that, or I'll have to cache the output of it. I don't think it's a very slow function. It just reads the shader, which is normally very small, and then does a little something. Might as well do it every time, instead of caching all those vectors. So maybe the outcome of this test is that I just shouldn't do this and just always preprocess again and again and again. It really feels silly. At the very least I want to know which vectors exactly are being produced by it. And that's such a complex thing. What is this what is this using? What is this outputting? Which vectors? And then apparently something also that is being used by this function. Of course, it's not about the clear. This is still being called. It's about what we fill it with. So I'm guessing that now this is empty. But why should it be? It's just a pointer. Pointer to what? Wait, we did not complain about that. Let's keep it about what actually assert. Did assert that was this thing. And that is copying. Vertex attribute. Which is this. Which is a reference to something that we loop over. Yeah, definitely. That's empty. Oh, that's also from current vertex powers objects. I wouldn't know why that is empty. I mean, it's still the same thing. Yeah, I would like to see what happens when this is being called. Update vertex input. So rather, maybe I should just put a breakpoint while we're inside this function, skipping something. So I just put the breakpoint on continue, and then I can step out of this and then follow what happens to that one thing that now asserts. Also weird about this one, but okay. 70. Let's put a breakpoint here. Yeah, so the squares frac 0. And it is compiled to, where's my atomic? It M compiled atomic. Compile options. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm compiled. Yeah, it's true. Shader model is being set already. That looks good. And then I'm doing next. So we go into the for loop, and then hopefully there's not another one. Now we are after the loop. Then I don't know about this one, but let's skip it for now. Definitely doing something. Sorted the script set layouts. Yeah, it found a few things in the cache, so maybe everything went well there. Let's go next. Copy push constant ranges. So now we are in the characteristic range task, and then I want to step into this one anyway. Because is this thing filled by the preprocess or not? Hey, that's cool, yeah, because it is not changed. We are not going to change. We're not going to change and push constant ranges. Cool. So that kind of functions as a cache then already. But of course, only for it's a member of add push constant. So this is, I think, in this case it definitely should work. No, I'm not sure. It's a base class of 2 shaders. So I wonder if it is a, but yeah, if it is a virtual base class, then it probably just contains the stuff of both shaders. And we would be skipping both in that case, or something. Way too complex this. I mean, also, it's impossible that it works like this, you know. Maybe it works now, but then in the field it's going to break. That's how it feels. Not happy with it. What was I looking for? Yeah, I wanted to look if it's a virtual base class. Class push constant. Nope, it's not virtual. It's just added for each characteristic once. Yeah, now I remember. So it's not virtual, but it's added independently of the shaders. So we only have a single instance per characteristic anyway. Yeah, okay, I'm getting it. Oops. Right, so oh, am I on this line? I thought I stepped into it. Because it didn't up. Oh, what? Wait. Oh, that's not good. So I'm clearing it, and then when nothing changed, I'd still cleared it. Oopsie. Yeah, not good. But I can. I suppose you can put the clear inside of it. Definitely need to be inside. This is wrong. But yeah, so now it's cleared. That's not good. Push constant ranges. And then we enter this one, step. What? I thought this was the one that should have filled the thing that wasn't filled in the end. And we are calling some empty virtual function. If this is an add vertex shader. Apparently it isn't. No, it's a fragment shader. No, I guess it should be empty. Okay. Yeah, that was confusing. Or was I mistaken? Is it this problem? So now continue, we assert. No, we stop and continue again. Oh wait, something went already wrong here, but that might have been separate error or related, I think. Well, this is the validation error that I would expect, but instead we did assert before that point, and now suddenly we do not assert and we get this. It's what? So it says push constant is being used in the fragment shader, and well, you never mentioned it. Which is because we skipped preprocessing and we cleared push constant ranges, I think. Now we assert. Okay. Still a race condition then. Up. This is the vertex input attribute description vector, right? So vertex attribute, vertex input attribute description. Nothing to do with my push constant ranges that we just cleared. Although the error here does. So maybe you're not catching that. Okay. I think I'm getting it. 50% chance that I'm getting it. We did look at the wrong shader. I stopped at the breakpoint, which was at that continue, and then I got confused, thinking that we were looking at the fragment shader. So I looked at it, it was a fragment shader, we went through it, we saw that something was wrong, and we get a validation error for that. It doesn't assert. I did a continue, it stopped again at the continue, and I thought, well, whatever. But that second continue is the one that should have stepped through. So we begin again. And now I realize that, I should have looked at the vertex shader being skipped, not the fragment shader. So if things went the same way, then this is the fragment shader again. Yep. And it's complaining about the vertex input attribute description. So that's not this one. Continue. And now we have the vertex shader. So I just stepped through the wrong code. Very smart. So now I do a next for realize I wanted to go into this as well. No, I skipped over it last time, and then I printed something like this. Found in the cache, and then we go back here, and then I stepped into this anyway, and then we see that it does a clear, and it did not change, so I didn't do anything. There's still the same bug. So we lost that as well, and now we can do the update input descriptions, and that should not be an empty virtual function anymore, and it isn't. And this is the one that ends up cleared, so obviously. And then the question is, why wouldn't it be filled again? Because I have no idea. This is still the same pointer as before. And what we get back here should still be the correct data. So we're running over vertex input binding index. Next. Now we do a pushback. How then later can it complain that this thing is empty? And the second one. No, not the second one. That's the second one. And now we're done. Wait, what? Oh, that's the second one. Excuse me. And this one is the one that it asserts on. So this one is definitely not empty. I don't even care what is in it. It's not empty. And this one ended up empty, I think. Now we're going to run over whatever this is. Also two things. Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? It got also stuff in it. Vertex stuff. Looks good to me. So yeah, we want to do this auto vertex attribute iterator runs over stuff. Let me look at the codes. The problem would be that we never get here, which is impossible because it's a do. Why would we never get there? Just gonna do next. Vertex attribute. So instance data and position. Could not find. Oh. Okay, it cannot find anything. That makes sense. Could not find instance and position in vertex shader location context locations, which contains only nothing. That is probably the problem. This is the thing that is missing because we didn't preprocess again. The vertex shader location context. Yeah, and again, cannot find anything. So we never get to the do. Continue this loop through the loop by calling. This is an if. So this for loop goes like this, and then continue, and then I never get to just do here. And that is because we cannot find it in that thing here. That is what we are missing here. So I would have to cache this as well then, and then maybe it starts working again without preprocessing. But yeah. Yep, so this is not called. This is called from preprocess 1, so we don't call that, we don't call this. So we don't call that, so we don't fill that thing. So that would mean I have to cache. Yeah. this was called. And this stays the same. It's pretty static. You only have to call this once anyway. I'm still super worried about this one. Realize the script of set layouts. What does that do? It takes a sort of the script of set layouts from the pipeline factory. And then call realize handle on each of them. set layout. Cached or new, we get a descriptor set layout handle. Yeah, so what if I don't call this at all? And then the set layouts should already have been defined, and the set layouts are this one, which is whatever is in this thing here. Sort of descriptor set layouts. And place back, push back descriptor set layout binding. Called by shader resource declaration context generate one, which is called from preprocess one. So I don't call this. No. Don't think I can follow it. And let's do some magic. Bang, I'm good. Right, so I think we're skipping the preprocessing now. Test that like this. That's pretty awesome. Why would you compile more often than that is needed? Right, okay, now let's go here and then edit. Zip window.h. I'm going to enable IMGU and everything, and the number of pipeline factories again set to 2. Yeah, so as expected, I have to say, it still compiles this thing twice, but preprocesses it twice. But that is because these are completely different tasks. Just different pipeline factories, which I just ask to compile that. And I think it wouldn't even work if it didn't do that. So the question is now, is this a race condition or not? If I would delay one of the factories so that the other one is more or less finished, then what happens? Then it will see that this thing is already compiled by the other one. Or not. I mean, yeah, probably. So I'm calling is compiled. See, that is stored in the shader info, which is the base class of shader info cache, which is shader info cache, which is stored in the application. That wasn't not what I was looking for. This one, shader infos. Yeah, so in the application object, that means globally as it were. I'm storing these shader infos objects, which is a mutex combined with an unlocked shader infos object, which is a dequeue of shader info cache objects, which is derived from shader info, which contains my atomic M compiled. So if one pipeline factory decides to compile it and sets this flag, then the other one would pick that up. Some women do, Mark. Couldn't help myself. Yeah, I think Omnic was referring to something much higher than that. So I totally ruined his Zen comment. Sorry for that. I want to yeah, it is Mark, I think. A lot of those wise comments or no wise wisdom things, as it were. It's kind of like ChatGPT. It sounds true, but you know, if you really think about it, I mean, I totally see it in front of me. One of those monks who devotes his whole life to meditation says, if you always want to be wet, you have to become water. And then everyone is in awe. But what does he really say? I don't know. You probably have to be wise to understand the wisdom in the first place, because he doesn't really say anything. But, no, okay. Maybe it would trigger some kind of wisdom and you would feel more self-secure. Oh, I always thought that. I mean, I have the highest regards for certain monks. Certainly those in Tibet. How are those called? So the Dalai Lama and stuff like that, that's a really wise guy. And I look incredibly up to their lifestyle. But if you take that one sentence, then... Last I had a coffee with someone who was also talking about energy. You know, the energy that flows through your body. So I think about electrocuted people and stuff like that. I mean, sorry, I'm a physicist. Don't use the word energy when you mean anything else than mass or energy. But there was a very smart woman. So when I said that you know, don't give new meanings to the word energy, because I can't stand that as a physicist. And she actually immediately changed the word into something else. I think it was in Dutch, so what was it? Consciousness or something like that. I tried the same when I was doing Aikido. They also had this weird explanation of, you know, you had to hold your arm in a certain way, and then your attacker would not be able to bend your arm. And then the way that was explained was by a water hose. You know, you had to think about that your arm was a water hose, and then water was of water energy. Later it became water when I asked more and more and more, but first it was energy was flowing through your arm, and therefore it became rigid. And so, and I asked, well, energy, you know, I know what energy is. I study physics. And then it became water, like water through a water hose, and the water hose stretches, so it becomes harder to bend it. And it's such bullshit. Okay, and I mean, the actual underlying trick is that muscles that do not move, so your arm is rigid, it does not move, your muscles stay at the same length, then your muscles do not have to do work. You know, work is force times distance. So you don't travel distance and you don't have to do work. And therefore your muscles can exert way more force without doing work than while doing work. Okay, well, that, I mean, that's the physical explanation for it. So that the Aikido movement was based upon, you know, keeping your arm rigid without actually doing any work with it, so not bending your joints, and then you can give more force. So what you do is, so you have your arm in front of you, and the attacker grabs your wrist. Then, if you want to pull away by using force with just your arm, you can only apply force that you can apply while doing work with your arm muscles. But if you keep your arm rigid and then you move your whole body, then you work with the muscles from your legs, and the muscles from your back, and your arm stays rigid. Then the amount of force that you can apply to the person holding your wrist is larger than they can apply with their arm, even if they're much stronger. But that explanation wasn't given. No, it was like energy flowing through your arm bullshit. Yeah, or what Omnic says. I mean, bullshit, right? It has to do with the motor area in your brain where it's connected to the stars or something. I skipped a bit, but... yeah, okay. Which stars? The ones in the same direction, although one is at 10 light years, and the other one is at 50 light years. But they're all connected. I'm feeling unhappy because I lost again what I was doing and there was something wrong. Oh, right, I think I remember. I'm worried about what happens when one of my pipeline factories runs before the other one, and then it will already have compiled something, and then we don't run preprocess at all, and then things still go wrong. That's my prediction. Oh no, I guess I have to test that. How do we test that? I guess like this. I have two pipeline factors here. They're being created, and I don't think they're being run until I call generate. Generate on the pipeline factory. That would be this one, which calls then generate on the pipeline. Sorry, on the factory. That is this one. Which is actually a direct signal, a direct mode, so it's just gonna run at the moment I call it. Is that true? Depends on. No, pipeline factories run from the thread pool, so that's not really true. But yeah, it should. Well, actually, they are already running then. But I'm letting it loose here. Yeah, I think if I add a delay here, let's say a whole second, then definitely that one pipeline factory should already have been compiling everything. Let's do standard, this thread, sleep, standard, chrono, seconds. I'm gonna sleep a whole bloody second. Is that enough? It has to compile something. Compile the share, it takes a while. Let's sleep 2 seconds. Sleep 4 is the term, not sleep. Sleep 4. Oh boy, it's bedtime again. No. I'm sorry, A4. Yeah, to stop my stream and then, yeah. But I want to test this. That's 2 seconds and we caught them. Oh, I'm right. So we still crash here now because we didn't preprocess it. So it's not a good idea to not preprocess it. When it was preprocessed in a different task. Yeah. Omnig, sure. I don't think I'm gonna make your last one though, because from what I understand, it's just a big chunk of meat which I cannot buy here. We don't have anything like that with a piece of bone in it. And then I don't know what you did. Probably add water. So meat plus pepper plus salt plus garlic, I think it was, but only Post Bunny said that. You didn't even say that. And then with water and then let it boil. And then the only thing you put into it, apart from that those tasty things, is meat. Which I can't buy. Okay, guys, Super Plus has finished. I think I'm gonna play a game of chess as well, after looking up what the hell also Buko is. Yeah, that looks quite different. This has a lot of stuff around it. It's not only meat. Carrots. Oh, this looks so nice. This red. Yeah, looks very nice. Yeah, and this is even more different. There's definitely a lot of stuff in it. But what? This one looks even more different. The only thing you recognize here is the bone. Nice pictures. I wouldn't mind being able to make this. Indeed, this looks more like what you made, I think. Just the meat. It's an extremely little something else here. This too, but then plus something. I prefer something like this. I like something with a lot of moist in it, or more like closer to soup than dry. I don't like dry. I like when it is, yes, like this. That's, wow, I like that a lot. I recognize, so far I recognize tomatoes and carrots. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, you really have to realize that I'm a 3-year-old, right? When it comes to cooking. Well, okay, 5-year-old. I have no idea whatsoever how to cook. But I have more self-discipline, so you can, if you really spell it out, then I would be able to do it, I guess, or at least I will try. Looks all very good. But I don't have a pen like this, you know, all those oval pens, I don't have that. Let's ask ChatGPT where I can buy that. No, well, oh, ChatGPT, no, ChatGPT. Well, yes, I'm going to ask it. Well, it's openai.com. And then the dizzy picture, horrible. Log in to Google, Carlo, dang. Then we have here the question. Who had place dot in, what was it? Also Vulkan, I don't know, I cannot, there it is. Hoe heet het vlees dat in also Vulkan gaat? I ask in the Netherlands because I have to buy it in the Netherlands, so I need the Dutch word for it. Kalfsschenkel. Ja, 4 schijven kalfsschenkel van circa 3 centimeter dik. I want to see how it looks like before they bake it, really. So this, Portugese kalfsschenkel. It looks slightly different from what you had, but yeah, this is it. This is what goes originally in the Ossobuco, according to ChatGPT, but also according to this person. Yeah, the translation here is Ossobuco, like I learned to make in Italy from a very good teacher. The mothers of our friends, so old Italian women who knows how to make it. And then that means that it contains kalfsschenkel, and that's then in Dutch. Okay, so I want to know where to buy that then. Waar kan ik kalfsschenkel kopen? Oh, bang. So literal translation of Ossobuco. I can buy it online. So it costs 28 euros per kilogram. Is that about right? I would rather buy it in a real shop though. Also, Bukke is becoming more popular in the Netherlands. The Dutch kitchen knows, ja, van oudsher. Knows the also Bukke for a long time or something like that. As the basis for bouillon and soepvlees. Oh. Also Bukke is the translation of a bone with a hole in it. Yeah, arm calf. Didn't even get a chance to grow up. Calf is Dutch for, I don't know, a young cow. No, Mark, it is not. At all. You really should understand how that thing works. It's just a language model. There's no consciousness, doesn't even have a memory. It's just producing word after word to create sentences that look like sentences that are out there on the internet. It's more about how it sounds than what it means. So if you ask a question, you'll get an answer that looks like it, sounds like it. Other day I asked ChatGPT, I keep trying, for books about a certain subject. It made up books, I kid you not. Okay, here is a list of books that, and then repeat what I asked for, blah, 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 blah. And then it came with titles, and I couldn't find it. So I say, okay, tell me, the main character had to be a certain person. So I said, tell me the name of that main character and how you were able to figure out that this was the case. And then it came with complete stories. So the title, the writer, the exact characteristics of the main character that I was asking for and how it was described in the book. And then I searched high and low on Google for that title and that writer, and it just didn't exist. The whole book was made up. ChatGPT just sucks things out of his thumb. I could find the writer. The writer was a writer, and I found an absolute complete list of books that writer wrote, 50 titles. And the title that ChatGPT made up is completely made up. Because the only thing that it is interested in is producing an answer, between quotes, that sounds like the answer that would have been an answer if it was true. That's how it works. And you're just pure dumb luck if it is actually correct. Self-conscious, my ass. I'm gonna play chess. Okay, Italian, or let's play Spanish. That's new. So if I take here, it takes this pawn. If then I take this pawn, then the queen comes here, attacking my knight and attacking a threatening mate. But then I can put my knight here, defending the mate and attacking the bishop. Blocking my pawn, but I still have a pawn. No, then the queen takes this pawn with check. And then I can put my queen here, and you can just exchange, and I lose my castling as well. So this pawn is not free for grabs. But it would be if I had castles. So now I'm threatening to take here and then win a pawn. So I take, he takes, I take, and I can just take with the knight, and then I cannot put my rook here attacking the knight, and if the knight goes, take the pawn, or if the knight doesn't go, push this pawn and chase the knight away and take that pawn, because then the knight and the bishop is attacking this point. Basically this guy is just playing a theory, and I'll have to do something like defend my pawn this way. Maybe I could have played a rook, but I'm going to do it like this. Okay, now he blocked his own bishop, so I think that the pin of this knight might be nice. Although, yeah, maybe I should have done that immediately. If I had it done immediately, I could have put, or threatened to put my knight here and there. I don't know. This bishop has to be put somewhere. Let's put it there. He thinks I'm going to do the same thing. Let's just defend that like that. Now I can move my queen again. So we'd say I'm a little bit better now because I can move my queen. And then if he takes here, take back with the knight. And if he gives up the protection of this knight with the queen, then I take it, and his king is on this side. With a double pawn here. That's basically a loss. Yeah, that thing is just going backwards, or I could go here. In the end, he's gonna chase me away anyway. But if I go here, he might put the knight there, attacking it, and then he could take my bishop. If we go here, I think here's better. Even more, if you push this pawn out twice to chase me away for some reason, then I think I'll go here. So this route would have been longer too. Okay, what to do here or there? If I go here, I look against my pawns, but this one is going forward. And then this gets exchanged, and I can push it again, and then I have an attack. While if I put it here, Maybe I stop this advance. He would put his bishop back. That's not too bad for me either. I want to put my rook here, and then the knight goes here, and then there and there. But at the moment, my knight is here. He would lock up my bishop. So I'd have to exchange first. But the queen is going to be here for a long time to be defending this knight. I think I'm gonna go here. This would be an interesting square to go to, because the knight cannot take, because that's pinned. And the queen cannot really defend the knight to begin with. So I'm really threatening something. Yeah, no, not anymore. So if now I would go here, and now he can move the knight, because the rook is not behind it anymore. But where's the knight going, you know? There? I would take here, and he would still have the double pawn. He cannot go there or there. This is really backwards. He can also not go here, because they give a fork. So I'm not sure this rook move even helped. I'm losing on time though. Okay, so he's going really, really backwards. I have to move way quicker. Or I'm losing this on time. That's not good. Okay, he didn't like it anymore. He couldn't stand it anymore, I mean. I'm gonna play way faster, because this is not good. Losing on time is not what I want. No, why not? Threatening to win a pawn here, so he's probably going to take. I'll take back with my pawn, because 2 center pawns is better than 1 center pawn. Now he's probably going to attack my rook, so I'll just put it one forward, I guess. I mean, where else to go? It's really annoying, this thing. It's looking in the middle of my position here. So I would like to have a knight here, I think. So I can chase it away from there. What did it say? Here? Okay, so he pushes it again, and my knight goes here and then there. I also might have a problem with this pawn. It's already attacked once, defended once, so that's a target. If he adds an attack, I have to defend it. And I can only defend it with one of the knights, but I want one knight here. So this would be 2 moves, from here to there, and then to there. But if I move it there, it's going to be 3 more moves before I get there, so no. Okay, only one knight goes here, so I could put one knight here to defend that, and then the other knight goes there to attack the bishop. And I can also defend this one with the knight is going away. Why is that? I feel like pushing this pawn now. Intuitively, we want to push the pawn. He's just going to take here anyway, right? I take back, and then he can take it, and I take with the knight. Not sure. I think I'm gonna push because I feel like pushing, and I have no time left to think about it. Yeah, if he takes there, I'm gonna take with the knight, or shall I not take the knight? Where does my knight want to go? Well, not here. Well, this would be a nice square though. And I want to go here. Wait, I can go take the knight and then go there. That's the 2 moves that I needed to go here to attack the bloody bishop. Well, that's not too bad at all. Now this the least developed piece here. You always have to develop the least developed piece, unless you can win something, of course. That doesn't threaten anything at all. Well, he threatens to put a rook behind it, but it's defended with my knight. Oops. It's not like he's going to take something with the queen. So he still has a bad knight, and not threatening anything. The bishop is good. I feel I'm not bad at all. Maybe he did this to defend that pawn. It's possible. Okay, I do this. He has to move the king, because I attack that and threaten to win the queen. He comes forward, then I can give check and maybe win here. No. Or I can do it the other way around. I go first here. Now I threaten this and then take there or win the queen. He could also move the queen away, there or there, defending this. Otherwise, anyway, the king would come here. My rook can come here. I could even sacrifice here and then. Maybe I should... Yeah, no, that was not possible. He thinks that I want to do completely different things than I want to do. Now he's waking up. And he chooses that. So what about indeed doing this? It's getting crowded there. And I have more time than him in 1 second. Yes. So that's going pretty well. He's defending like that. Okay, let's get rid of this bishop. Because, oh, it's attacking my knight. Okay, let's go away. Probably don't even have time to mate anymore. If I go here, I can take my bishop. Pawn. Probably should centralize my queen a little bit more. I threaten to give check, but I need to defend this pawn as well, because I really don't like the bishop still. I don't care about my attack here. Okay, that's exaggerated. Maybe I should put my queen here. Also not a bad move. You can chase my knight away in 1-2 moves, but that's a lot. And he has no time left. Now I'm gonna win on time. Try keep up with my speedy moves. Yeah, I don't think so. You have 5 seconds left. I can take that or not. Let's be nasty and attack the queen. It goes there. I'm gonna go here, I guess. Threatening mate. 1 second, half a second. Oh, he's still. Yeah, why did I take back? I could have given mate. Dang. Yeah, I hate it. I should have given mate in 1. Seriously, why did I do that? He takes my knight. Mate. I feel like I lost if you missed something like that. Let's play next game anyway. I hope I'm explaining it in a useful way. Of course, I often watch chess YouTubes, and I always think people don't explain why they do moves. Not really. I mean, like this. I'm not explaining anything at all. Because at some point you just play intuitively. But, okay, in this case, I think something like my center pawn is more important than non-center pawn. This looks like Sicilian, which you play in order to take here. But his bishop is there, and in general it would be like, yes, his developed piece and the queen are on this spot. If I take here, he develops, you know. I don't want that. So maybe I should let him take, then I can develop. So he could play this one, blocking this pawn. So now this pawn is in the way of his bishop. So to free the bishop, he would have to take here. And he does. Okay, now he can win a pawn by taking here? No, I don't think so. Oh, wait. What is this? Okay, we take back with the knight. He would take here, and then I can go to the side, and he just won a pawn. How can I change that? You can also take like this. You could still take. No, I cannot take. Take with the bishop is nonsense. I take back with the pawn. So he could take here, and then I have to take with my pawn. Then I have an isolated pawn here in the middle. So I'm thinking about giving check. That would either block the bishop or the knight here blocks the bishop line, and knight there blocks the queen line. Both seems to be good, and the bishop is not doing anything with regard to this pawn. You can also give check, by the way, but not at the moment. He's in check himself. Oh, this 1877. Oh, I have to move way quicker because the only risk I run here is losing on time. If I talk too much. I mean, 1877 is just going to blunder at some point. Maybe I should have played a knight, second thought, if he gives check. That's a good move anyway, I think. Oh, no, yeah. Have to defend that. I really have to castle sooner or later, so let's do that right now. I'm not happy with my isolated pawn. But what is he going to do about it? He put his knight here, that's 4 moves away from that pawn. So that pawn is not going anywhere. But then I have a reasonably bad bishop. And I need a plan here, right? I cannot just wait until... I need to play my knight anyway, of course. If he takes here, I don't care. That would actually be pretty good. If he moves this, I cannot take. Because then he takes here and I have a double isolated pawn. If I put my knight here, it's even worse. So you could push this pawn, I cannot do it. And then I can defend it from here. Or I can do this. And then if he pushes, I take, he takes, I take, he takes, and it's completely draw, but well, I don't know. Either way, is a reasonable move, I guess. Okay, let's just develop this. His knight is pretty damn good. I think I'll just take it. But I don't think the knight's going anywhere. He's going to attack my pawn again like that. Or again. If I take like this, he has to take back with the rook in order to attack it. What if I go here? Bishop, take, defend like that. I threaten to double. You can play this though. Is that a problem? Rook here. Cannot double anymore. Would lose this pawn. This rook is there. I think I don't have time for that, so I'll probably have to defend it immediately. Yes, now he wants to play this pawn, of course, but my king is here. I could take back the bishop with my king. So he pushes here, I take here, he takes here, I take here, I take no problem. I'm just gonna threaten to take to defend my bishop with the king, and then I can take here. Because then I have just pawn here, pawn here, pawn here. It's a nice 4 pawns instead of 2 double pawns here. He wants to double. That's okay with me, I think. Defending it anyway like that. Now he attacks it 3 times, but he would have to move this away backwards. And then I think if I take it, he attacks it 3 times. I'm in trouble. Shit. The idea is just that I can put the rook here to defend it from the side. But I don't have time to even calculate if it was in time. So now he attacks my pawn 3 times. Pushing is not possible. I could go here maybe. He pushes the pawn, I go back. Didn't really win anything with that, or did I? I guess I did. See what happens. Man, I'm so losing on time. Then the knight can go here, attacking it again. I push what he takes, I cannot take. I need to double. I can double my rooks like this maybe. But you get 1 more tempo. He just gave me that 1 more tempo. But I have to move too fast. So he wants to push this pawn, attack it again. I'm not happy. Definitely not happy here. Maybe I should have moved my king here, I think, instead of this rook. And then I could have put no, also not really. So, well, anyway, double it. Yeah, the problem is that I'm losing on time. What do a knight square, maybe like that. I go here, I give up a few squares, not important. I go here and then there. Wait a minute, it's no, I am no longer have problems, right? I don't know why he did that. Let's go here. Yeah, no, it should be a draw because it's just 3 pawns here, 3 pawns there. Oh, wait, I gave away this one. Oh no, I moved my knight too soon. Damn it. Yeah, I hate that. He's gonna take, of course, and then he's not taking. Well, then block his bishop from taking my pawn. Threaten to take this one, so he's probably going to take. And the beautiful thing of this is that I was way down on time, and I'm again winning on time. I don't know what this is. Why do these people play so fast in the beginning, and then when they start winning, or I don't know what, when they start coming under 1 minute or something? Okay, it's actually a good move. That is a pretty damn good move. We begin with take this, and then he's gonna take with check. Oh, suckage. I don't want to lose on time. It's not good. He's gonna pin me again. I can run out of it, go forward maybe. Okay, if I exchange all the pawns, then he would have a pretty hard time to mate me, I guess. Let's exchange all the pawns. Oh no, he's gonna take here now. Don't do that, damn it. Damn it. Let's put it on black because before I lose another one. And this is not good. Now he's attacking my other pawn. Attack again another pawn. Let's attack 2 pieces at once. Let's attack the knight, because otherwise I lose that pawn. Maybe I should just go promote. What do you think? And win on time, of course. I think I'm just gonna walk, because, yeah, why not? Oh, like that. Well... let's stay in the square with my king. That one is blocked for now. I guess I want to win this rook, the knight. And now he tries to run, but he's too late. And now I'm having problems. Let's see, I have to go there, I guess. He has to go in front of his bishop if he wants to take the high route. So now I still have my knight, so it's definitely a draw now. But yeah, unfortunately, I have no winning chance whatsoever anymore. Okay, it's a draw. How do we pick that up? I cannot go here. Perhaps that is the best square to go to. Okay, and now? No, I can still not win. Well, actually, I can win if he loses on time. You never know. I think this is one for me because I can give him mate if he promotes and helps me. Stuff like that. Or shall I make it a draw? Yeah, it's a draw. He gets 3 seconds every move. So. Nah, draw against 1877. That's not good. Still not good. Shall we play another one, or shall I just? Yeah, it's getting late. I'm stopping the stream. I'll be back. I'll be back.